Clara James, spit out $70,000 for my BMW, or this wedding is over.
Grandma.
McKinley, come over here.
I'll be over now.
Alan, when you needed money back then, I worked 3 jobs to support you. Then you needed a house. I spent all my savings on the first installment. You said no wedding gift? I was okay with it too. I gave you everything, and you dragged me up here to demand money for your car?
My son became successful, thanks to his hard work. As for the wedding gift, you've been with him 8 years, a used toy by now. How dare you even mention that?
Alan, I waited 8 years for this day. Can you please not embarrass me today? As for the money...
Quit babbling. Clara, spit out the money or get lost.
Grandma, what happened?
I'm telling you, you're lucky I even want you. Who else would want such a jinx?
My grandson would.
Huh?
Clara's a great girl and fits to be my granddaughter-in-law. $15 million as a gift. They want Clara.
$15 million? What family is this?
Lock City's wealthiest, the Lopez family.
What?
I wonder what spell this woman cast on her. Grandma, not again. Sorry, everyone. My grandma has dementia. She thinks she's a billionaire.
You? Playing poor again?
I knew it. A billionaire wanting that Clara? Look at his cheap clothes. He must be a broke loser.
Clara, see? Only such a loser would want you. Fork out $70,000, then get down on your knees and apologize, and then the wedding can continue?
I can't believe I wasted 8 years on a scumbag like you. I'd rather marry a broke guy than marry a scum like you. Hubby, let's go. Madam, thank you for helping me. Do I know you?
You forgot? Here, just this morning, I helped me get back my stolen purse. My purse.
Your purse.
Thank you.
Oh, it's you.
Only you stepped out to help me. I knew then. You're a kind-hearted girl.
Judging by Alan's character, he wouldn't leave me alone. He doesn't look like a bad guy. I guess I can marry him. So, are we getting married for real?
Of course.
Of course you are. We're no stingy family, and the wedding gift is $30 million.
Ms. James, I've no house nor car, no job either. Would you marry a guy who is nothing like me?
I don't mind at all. I don't need any gift either.
No way. Wedding gift's a must. Twice from earlier. $30 million.
$30 million?
Sorry, everyone. My grandma has dementia. She always thinks she's a billionaire.
Looks like her dementia's pretty serious.
Agreeing so fast. A gold digger indeed.
Come. Priceless white jade bracelet. It is yours from now.
This must be a fake, right? I should play along to please her, thank you.
Here, $30 million. Go to the city hall now.
Can't believe I married a stranger in just one day.
I'm busy. I'll be off now.
Wait, Mr. Lopez. This is my phone number.
Isn't that Grandma's gift to you?
I know it's a fake check. You're no billionaire. Where could you get this money? Besides, I'm not after any money. I really don't care.
Is she acting or what? She thinks it's a fake check. Is she playing dumb for a bigger catch? Ms. James, we're very poor, so don't think you can get anything from me. In the future, if there's nothing, don't contact me.
Mr. Lopez! Mr. Lopez!
Look at me.
What's he doing? What's wrong?
Oh, I want to ask your number.
Huh? Didn't I just give you?
Oh. Late for work, gotta go.
Where are you headed? There are no cabs around here. I can take you on my bike.
No need. Ouch.
We're husband and wife. No need to be formal. Come, get on it. Or are you going somewhere? You can't tell me.
If I refuse, she may be suspicious. Pine Road.
Hold on tight. Hey!
Wait. I'm here. You can go now.
Okay. Like this. Pull it off. Done.
Why was my heart beating so fast? Thank you.
Good luck with the interview. I'm off to work now. Okay. By the way, I'm working at Singo. If you need me for anything, you can find me there. I'll be off then.
Okay. What's on for the afternoon?
Did you forget? We're going to Singo for the acquisition.
Singo?
Cherry, look. I'm married.
Marriage certificate? Wow, your husband's quite a hottie. McKinley Lopez, your husband, has the city's billionaire's name. Clara, did you marry a billionaire?
What are you thinking? How can average people like us get to know a billionaire? Just the same name?
Have you heard? Our company is getting acquired by Lopez Group. Mr. Lopez is coming here later. I heard he's super handsome, loaded and capable. A cream of the crop bachelor. I wonder what lucky girl can marry him.
Those are rumors only. He could very well be a bald, middle-aged man with a beer belly.
Stop what you're doing. I have an announcement to make. Yara's design was picked by Mr. Lopez. That's why Lopez Group's paying a big sum to acquire us. From today on, Yara will be the head of the design department. Check this out. Look how exquisite her design is.
Isn't this my design? Mr. Thompson, this is my design.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? Is your name on it?
But I...
Shut up. Mr. Lopez will be here soon. If you dare bring this up, you'll be fired.
Clara, so what if I used your design? Yara, you always picked up trouble with me at university. Now that we're colleagues, your bad habit has only worsened. Wait, I'll prove to Mr. Thompson you stole my design. Oh, Clara, how naive of you. Mr. Thompson's my uncle. Whose side do you think he'll take? I can fire you on the spot, and no one would dare say a thing. I've always hated your innocent act. A nobody with no background like you, you're born to be my stepping stone. You'd better churn out designs for me, or else I'll make you suffer. McKinley?
How dare you bully my wife?
You're her husband? This guy does not have a single brand on him. He must be an average worker. Clara, so what if your husband's here? I'll continue in his presence.
Try it. Your sort can have a job here. Looks like Singo needs a cleansing.
Who the hell are you to play big shot here? I'm telling you, here at Singo, I'm Clara's manager, her boss. I can manage her however I wish. Right now I can ask her to kneel, but she'll have to comply.
A nobody manager here bullying the CEO's wife?
What are you talking about?
2 minutes ago, I acquired Singo. From now on, Clara is the wife of this place's CEO. You? Kneel down and apologize to her.
Acquire? Is Clara's husband the billionaire, Mr. Lopez?
Are you crazy? What are you talking about, Clara? Where did you find such a guy? A nobody, who's great at talking big, wearing cheap clothes and calling himself a billionaire. You are not fit to carry his shoes.
Mr. Hayden.
This is the acquisition agreement. Singo is now under the Lopez Group.
Is he really the billionaire Mr. Lopez? You think waving a piece of paper around can have me fooled? Can a billionaire even glance at a man's used toy like Clara?
You moron, shut up. This is Mr. Lopez of Lopez Group. Mr. Lopez, sorry about that. It's my bad management. I'm firing her right now.
Mr. Lopez? How could Clara marry a billionaire? He can't be Mr. Lopez. Uncle?
Shut up, you imbecile. Guards. Stuff her mouth. Drag her out.
Wait.
Mr. Lopez, is there something else?
How she treated you. You can return the favor now.
Forget it. A dog bites me, and should I bite it back?
Blacklist her name. Any company hiring her is Lopez Group's enemy.
Let go of me. Let go. You're really Mr. Lopez?
If she finds out I'm a billionaire, then divorcing will be hard. Shh. I'm Mr. Hayden's assistant. Just now, I was pretending to help you out. We came here on Mr. Lopez's order.
Pretending? You've got some nerve. Bitch, you got me fooled.
I did it to help you, didn't I?
Sorry. Thanks a lot. Right. Aren't you unemployed?
I did well in my interview and got hired.
Mr.
Hayden, thank you for not exposing me earlier.
Huh? Oh, right? No problem.
Thank you, Mr. Hayden. Come over for dinner sometime.
No problem at all. We have a new agreement in place. We can go now.
We've got other work to do. I'll be off now.
Go. Lopez Group is a big company. Work hard. He has some potential there. What do you want? Was the lesson inside not enough? Bitch, just you wait. Clara, I'm here to say sorry. You were better at everything during our university days. That's why I was jealous of you at work. We're having a gathering tonight. Come with Mr. Lopez. I'll make a proper apology in front of everyone. How about that? Forget it. He's very busy. No time for that. I'll come personally to the Lopez Group to invite him then. She'll find out the truth. Wait. I'll tell him about it. Okay. I'll be waiting for you at the Aston Hotel. Clara, I'll return you the humiliation tonight. I should call and ask McKinley.
This quarter's report is lousy. Come up with plans to increase sales next quarter. As for our overseas markets, those need expansion too. This blooming global project...
Hubby, are you there? I need to ask you something. You free tonight? Hello? Hubby, where are you?
Mr. Lopez. Look up.
What? That's it for today? You're all excused.
Hello?
Why send so many messages? Can't you just call me?
I was afraid you were busy.
I'm busy right now. Make it short.
I have a uni gathering tonight. Can you put up a tiny little act playing Mr. Lopez again? Please, would you?
She wants to use me as a show-off to her friends. No time.
He hung up?
Sorry, the number you dialed is not available.
Looks like I gotta show up by myself.
Gold digger and love showing off? What did Grandma see in her? Come in.
Mr. Lopez, you have a meeting with Mr. Lawson tonight.
Got it. Wait.
I have a uni gathering tonight. Can you put up a tiny little act playing Mr. Lopez again? Please, would you?
The meeting tonight. Push it back.
Yes.
Hey, isn't that our campus belle, Clara? Sit down! Yara told us you married the billionaire, Mr. Lopez. Is that true? Where's he?
Right, Clara. We're old friends here. We all came to see your billionaire husband.
He has some urgent work. He can't come. Can't he? Or dare he not?
Yara, you're here.
Hey, is that the mist made from top-notch white jade?
You mean Alan Sullivan's masterpiece bracelet that cost billions of dollars, the one and only in the world?
That's right. It's the Jade Master, Mr. Sullivan's personal piece. The Mist. To tell the truth, my family has a gemstone business. Mr. Sullivan's my grandpa's friend, so he gave it to me as a gift.
Yara, you've got such background there.
Her bracelet looks exactly like mine. How can his grandma afford such an expensive bracelet? It must be a fake. I'll be doomed if they find out. Clara, aren't you a billionaire's wife? Let us admire your expensive jewelry. I'm not wearing any. What are you hiding?
Clara's wearing the exact same bracelet. Isn't it the one and only? Which one is real?
The real bracelet was soon bought by a billionaire. It cost me a lot of effort to get a fake one. How can hers be the real stuff? Clara, you think a fake bracelet and a good act make you Mrs. Lopez? Your husband is just an assistant. Everyone. You don't know, do you? Clara's husband pretended to be Mr. Lopez.
Pretended? Clara, you and your husband love showing off that much?
Clara, do you know Mr. Sullivan loathes his counterfeits? Tell us where you got that from, or wait for legal action. I can't tell them the truth? McKinley's grandma may get into trouble for it. You're calling mine fake. Is yours the real thing, then? Of course, mine is real. I've never seen the mist in real life, but top-notch white jade has a gentle luster and clear translucency. Your bracelet is all dull under lights, with no translucency at all?
She's right. It's not translucent at all.
What translucency? It's so dark in here. What can you possibly see? Even an excellent counterfeit can't have a piece of white jade's smooth, delicate touch. Dare to let me examine your bracelet?
Yara, let her touch it. That will shut the bitch up.
She'll be exposed then. Who do you think you are? A cheapskate like you want to touch my bracelet? To the police now, let's see how you'll talk then. Let go of me.
Let go of her. Get your filthy fingers off her.
Why are you here?
Worried about you. What happened?
Look, everyone, this is her pretentious loser husband. I heard he's an assistant. A guy like him, who uses discounts on his takeouts, thinks he can afford white jade.
Wearing all fake stuff, like husband like wife. Your wife's wearing a counterfeit. You're in for trouble too.
Who says my wife is wearing a fake?
If she's not, is Yara then? What a joke.
Waiter, get me some boiling water. Fake white jade under high temperature will crack, while the real stuff will remain intact. Yara, do you dare to drop yours inside? We'll go first.
Really? What if...
Trust me. Yara, your turn.
What? Who are you fooling? Some hot water can test real jade?
Yara, drop your bracelet in. Shut the two bumpkins up.
Shut up. What? You're scared? Who's scared? I'll show you. Who's wearing a fake? I don't believe some hot water can test out anything.
God, how come Yara's bracelet cracked and nothing happened to Clara's?
Could it be my bracelet is the real stuff? How can your grandma afford such an expensive bracelet?
I'll explain that to you later.
If Clara's bracelet is real, then Yara, yours, must be fake.
You all saw, with your own eyes?
Fake. They're both fake. Hers is fake, too. Think about it. How can these two afford Mr. Sullivan's masterpiece?
But Clara's remains intact in the hot water. It looks like real quality white jade.
Fake, I said. My family sells gemstones. How can I not tell real jade from a fake? Clara's is fake too.
Yara, stop lying. I looked into it. Your family operates a wholesale store, selling fake items, costing just a few bucks. What gemstones could you have seen?
You're lying. I
don't care what your family does. You smashed my wife's $40 million bracelet. How are you paying?
Right. The mist is a one-of-a-kind white jade bracelet. What a waste.
Right. This is the piece Mr. Sullivan's most proud of.
Drag her out to the police station.
Don't come near. My boyfriend works at Lopez Group. You dare touch me?
Is that so? I'm curious who your boyfriend is, making you so fearless.
Listen to this guy. Let's see who he is, trying to bully my girl. What? Want to move out of Lock City?
Really? Mr. Stevens? You really can talk.
Mr. Lopez. Mr. Lopez?
Clara's husband is really Mr. Lopez? No way I heard him admitting to playing pretense.
Oh, Mr. Stevens. I'm just his assistant. You do not need to be so formal.
Right. Mr. Lopez, assistant. Seeing the CEO assistant here, I thought our CEO was here too. I got the wrong person.
I see. You broke losers. It turns out you...
Shut up.
Josh, what the hell? The guy's just an assistant.
Moron. Mr. Lopez is our CEO's most trusted. Offending him is just as big a deal. Do you want to get chased out of the city?
Huh? Mr. Lopez, it's my fault. Please forgive me. Clara, your bracelet, I'll find a way. I'm out of a living offending Mr. Lopez. We were classmates. Help me talk to him. I can do anything. I can bark like a dog. I'll do it now. Woof. Woof. Enough. Yara, you asked for it yourself. I can't help you.
Ah, Mr. Lopez. Believe me, I have nothing to do with this woman. Please punish her as you wish.
From today on, I don't want to see her around.
Rest assured, I guarantee she'll be out of Lock City. You won't see her in town from now.
Clara, let's go.
Bye, Mr. Lopez.
McKinley, tell me the truth. Who are you, really? Just an assistant.
Of course.
Then explain what happened in there. Why was a director scared witless of you? Wasn't that strange?
Well, I'm by the CEO's side a lot. My words can affect his decisions.
Oh, I get it. Like a eunuch serving an emperor.
Something like that.
Are you telling the truth?
Of course I am. What else do you think? Is this some TV show? You marry a random guy who turns out to be a billionaire? Stop daydreaming.
Makes sense. I'm really bad with luck. How can you be a billionaire? Oh, right. What about that bracelet?
Of course it's fake too. Yara's was a grade B fake. The one Grandma gave you was a grade A. Better quality.
I learned something new. There are grades of fakes?
Hello, Grandma.
Hey, you, got your certificate? Come home and show me. Such a great pair. Clara, with me here, McKinley won't dare bully you. Do you prefer a classic or modern wedding?
A wedding would make a divorce harder later on. Grandma, let's not hurry with that. I want to take it slow and prepare a surprise for Clara.
Let's do as he says.
My grandson's learning to be a good husband. Okay, up to you then. But you two need wedding rings at least?
Sure, Grandma.
Tonight, you two can stay here. I had the room ready, all set.
I married you just to please Grandma. So you shouldn't have any unrealistic expectations. Once you meet someone you like, you can get divorced.
So, just now it was only an act. Don't worry, I won't cling to you.
I don't want to disappoint her. So before the divorce, I hope we can play a loving couple in front of her.
Sure, I want to please her too.
Ah, you!
Hush! She's peeping in.
My great-grandson's coming soon.
Okay, she's gone.
I'm off to sleep now.
Clara worked hard last night. Can't you be more caring? Get food for your wife.
Grandma, I wasn't working hard. I slept like a baby.
Clara, you worked hard. Eat some more. You've got something there. Like this? I'll get you some.
I can get it myself.
That's how you do it. Enjoy your breakfast. I'm off to exercise.
Okay. Have fun. We should put up a good act. I live on Orchard 1. You should move in. As for expenses, you can use this card.
Mr. Lopez, the car's downstairs.
I'm off to work now.
I can give you a ride.
No need.
Lopez Group's on my way to work anyway. Let's go, or we'll both be late. Now?
Fine. Clara's giving me a ride. Follow behind.
Follow behind him.
You blind? Look what you did to my new car.
Alan?
Oh, look, I'm running the jinx again, am I not? Oh, and your loser husband's here too.
Honey, is she your broke ex? You scratched my car. How are you gonna pay?
It was you who crashed into us, and that scratch looks old. Want to set us up?
I'm telling you, it's a Maybach. Pay me $80,000 or don't think of leaving.
You're using this cheap trick to swindle money? Word of advice. Don't make us late for work, or you'll regret it.
Clara, your loser of a husband may be lousy at life, but the guy is great at talking big. A genuine bespoke Martino suit needs the customer present in the store. Have you ever been abroad?
What abroad? Looks to me like they've never been on a plane. As for the suit, you didn't spend the night putting it together, did you?
Don't touch my husband. What he wears is not your business.
Is that the same $50 million Vacheron Constantin of Mr. Lopez?
I heard that the watch was made exclusively for Mr. Lopez, the only one in the world. You're... Which stall did you get that from? Looks like a reel.
Luckily, these morons didn't recognize the real stuff.
Clara, you really have a lousy taste. Look at the husband you picked. Stop playing the rich from now on. You'll embarrass yourself when caught.
My husband's not a loser, and he has a name. His name's McKinley. He's Mr. Lopez's most trusted assistant.
An assistant, huh? You were so loud. I thought he was Mr. Lopez himself.
How can a woman like her marry Mr. Lopez? The woman can only marry a broke loser, wearing fake suits and fake watches.
You can insult me, but not my husband. I'll teach you a lesson.
Clara, don't mind those people. I can pay you, but don't you regret it later.
You can't pay them. They're scamming us.
It's fine. Trust me.
Clara, your husband read too much fiction. Want to make us regret it? Let's see how you do that.
You can't pay them. We don't have that kind of money.
I can take care of it. You're gonna be late for work. Can't let them waste more of our time.
Look at the broke loser, taking so long with the money.
Not bad. It's transferred from the Lopez Group. Your surname's Lopez, too. Who are you really?
Told you. Someone who can make you regret. Oops, I used the company account to pay them.
McKinley, are you...
Clara. Actually, I asked Mr. Lopez to pay me next month's salary in advance.
Right. How can this loser be the billionaire, Mr. Lopez? You can wear fake suits and watches all you want, but that still wouldn't separate you from your poor man's aura.
Alan, I was dumb to have fallen for you. Stand right there. I'm teaching you a lesson, you scumbag.
Clara. I paid you, get lost.
What a thug of a woman. Luckily, I dumped you and found my new boo, who's prettier and richer.
Enough, honey. Let's not waste more time here. We're off now. Bye, losers.
Don't run. Stand right there. McKinley, let go of me. What rights do they have over our money?
Clara, trust me. I'm making them pay back that money. Crash into their car.
Crash into that.
Look, Karma's arrived. Come take a look.
What's this again?
What's wrong with you? Look what you did to my car. It's a top model Rolls Royce. $50,000 for the bumper, $100,000 for the headlight. $150,000 in total. Transfer or QR code, pay now.
Are you blind? You bumped into us when I was reversing? And you're asking for damages?
Isn't that Mr. Hayden? Wow, what a familiar scene, Alan.
Mr. Hayden, if I'm not mistaken, that Rolls Royce is Mr. Lopez's favorite, isn't it?
Right. If you don't pay up, Lopez Group will take you to court.
We can't offend Mr. Lopez. Pay him.
Honey, my account's drained. I'll pay you back later.
You useless thing. Let's go.
That's karma for you. Let's go. We're off to work now. Bye, Mr. Hayden.
I'm here. You go to work now.
What time will you be off? It's my first day at your place. What do you want for dinner? I can cook for you.
She's trying to steal my heart via my stomach. I'm working overtime and won't be home tonight. You don't need to try pleasing me. I won't fall for you.
Am I trying to please you? Don't flatter yourself. That's good. I can work part-time tonight.
Mr. Lopez, these are sales reports for all our stores this month. My workaholic of a boss is definitely staying late to read all those reports.
What time will you be off? It's my first day at your place. What do you want for dinner? I can cook for you.
She cooked and waited for me. If I don't come home, she must be disappointed. What time is it?
Almost 8.
Let's call it a day.
Huh. What's up with him? Workaholic suddenly quit staying late. Off work.
Liar. Said she'd cook me dinner. Almost 9 and nowhere to be seen. Hello? Clara? Where are you?
What was that?
Come, Clara, drink up.
She's out drinking with another man? What a mess of a woman. Draft me a divorce agreement. I'm divorcing that gold digger, Clara.
Hung up. Sorry, I can't drink.
Hey, Clara. Mr. Sean called and booked a room. Take good care of him and his guests. By the way, he's the heir of the wealthy Sean family. And he's Mr. Lopez's good friend. No mistake. Got it?
Got it.
Ha 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 ha. McKinley, what an occasion. You never came out with us. But today, you called us out for drinks. Ha ha.
McKinley, I heard you were forced to marry. Where's Mrs. Lopez? Introduce us to her.
Right?
Stop talking. Drink or get lost.
Drink, we'll drink. Sorry, bottoms up.
Here, I'm drinking too.
Hello, Mr. Sean. This is your... McKinley?
So she's working part-time here. Just now on the phone, I got it all wrong.
What are you doing here?
You know her?
I'm his wife. I'm here and don't be scared. Mr. Sean, why are you forcing drinks on my husband?
Huh. Oh. Right. He's forcing me to drink.
I'm forcing you to drink? McKinley, you...
Mr. Sean, I'm just Mr. Lopez's assistant. I really can't drink anymore. Please understand.
This guy didn't tell his wife who he really is?
Is he testing her real feelings? Let's help him out.
Can't drink. Pay up then. You're his wife, right? Your husband owes us money. Can you help him out?
Money?
Yeah.
What have you done? Why do you owe them money?
What are these two playing at?
How much does he owe you? I can pay.
She is willing to pay my debt?
$50,000.
$50,000?
Uh-huh.
We don't have that much right now. Are installments okay?
Sure, but on one condition. If you can, drink up. We can agree on installments.
Right. If you can't, he's not leaving this room tonight.
With their demand, will she still help me out?
You guys keep your word, right? I'm drinking.
That's incredible.
Downing liquor for her husband? That's true love, huh?
Absolutely.
Stop drinking.
I haven't finished yet.
Are you an idiot? You believe what they said? Don't listen to them.
But if not, what if they didn't let you go? I can't just sit there and watch them push you around.
You fool?
They didn't follow us. Let's leave here. Why is the ground all wavy? Hey, why do you have two heads? Ugh.
Mr. Lopez, we're here. Mrs. Lopez is really drunk. Should I carry her up?
No need. I'll carry. My own wife.
Weren't you getting a divorce? Why is Mr. Lopez so gentle, such a fickle man?
Oh, buy that limited edition BVL Gari wedding ring set. I want to give it to Clara.
Yes, Mr. Lopez?
Where is this?
You're awake. We're almost home.
Home. I don't want to. I'm going to grab some groceries. Go! Go!
Clara. Clara, what are you doing here?
The store is closed. My groceries are gone.
We'll be back tomorrow. Let's go home now, all right?
No, I want my groceries. I lost all those great deals.
Don't cry. Clara, don't cry. I'll handle it right now. Hello? Is this the owner of Bright Fresh Mart? I want to buy your store.
Are you crazy? Who calls this late? Talk tomorrow.
I give you $150,000 to buy this store. You have 5 minutes to meet me here.
Serious? I'm on my way. Mr. Lopez, here's the key. It's all yours from now on.
Don't cry. Your groceries are coming right up. These are all yours. Take whatever you want.
My groceries.
You're awake.
Last night, did we rob a store?
Did you forget? You took me to grab them last night? Come on, breakfast is ready.
Sorry, I'm terrible when I drink. I'll return them later.
Why?
Pay your debts. We need to start saving up to pay back Mr. Sean. Oh, right. Here's the household expenses card you gave me before. I didn't spend it, so take it and pay Mr. Sean back. We'll figure out the rest together.
Clara. Actually,
Hello, madam. What's going on?
If Clara finds out I lied to her, she'll be furious. I need a better explanation before I confess everything.
Madam.
Clara's here. Let's go and have afternoon tea with me.
Wait, madam, you're not going to the Aston Hotel for tea, are you?
Exactly here.
What?
Let's go.
Watch it, old lady. Don't you have eyes? Oh. Clara, it's you again.
Clara, why do you keep popping up everywhere? You even brought your husband's grandma along?
Do you own this hotel? You can come, but I can't.
Clara, you're not still hung up on Alan, are you? Following us around on purpose?
Nonsense. That loser is living off women. No looks, no talent. What's there to remember?
Are you asking for trouble?
What are you doing? I'm warning you. If you lay a hand on her, you'll regret it.
People like her aren't worth our time. Let's not let her ruin our mood for afternoon tea.
You're not seriously thinking of having it at the Aston, are you?
And what if we are? What's it to you?
Clara, you're pretending like you don't even know. The restaurant here serves private clients worth millions of dollars. People like you wouldn't even qualify to wash dishes.
Are you really going to have afternoon tea? I bet you're here for something shady and just came up with this excuse.
What do you mean?
I'm saying you're here to sell yourself.
Good hit.
You vile woman. How dare you hit me?
I'll hit you again if you keep spewing garbage.
Alan? You're just going to stand there?
Baby, I'm sorry. I didn't think she'd actually do that. I'll be more alert next time.
Clara, you're only mad because I hit a nerve, right? That old hag must be here helping you sell yourself. You old hag. How poor does your family have to be to rely on Clara? To make money?
Have I been too polite? I wasn't paying attention before and let you get away with it. Try that again, I dare you.
Clara.
Madam.
Clara, if you don't kneel down and apologize to me, I'll make sure both you and that old hag leave here in disgrace.
No way. Clara, don't kneel. I refuse to believe they can do anything to me.
You old hag? Don't want Clara to kneel? Fine. Then you do it.
Hey!
Let go of her, madam. Are you okay? Madam, how are you feeling?
Meds.
You dared to push me?
I'm begging you. She has a heart condition. She'll die without taking meds.
That old hag, if she dies, so what?
My meds.
Still want these? Let die.
Stop.
Mr. Hayden.
Madam Lopez?
Madam, please don't scare me like that.
You shouldn't mess with her. If anything happens to Madam Lopez, it won't be end to send you both to jail. Madam Lopez, let's go.
Does that old woman really have serious connections? Even Mr. Hayden is this concerned?
Luckily, you got here in time. It's nothing serious.
Thank you, Doctor.
Relax. I'm fine. I'm still waiting to see your son.
I'm sorry. I didn't protect her.
Silly girl. How could this be your fault?
Clara, none of this is on you. If anyone is to blame, it's the people who hurt you and Grandma. Clara, could you go outside and take the meds for Grandma?
All right, I'll go now.
Grandma, the person who hurt you is Nova Bane, the Bane family's daughter. Her family is critical to our company's overseas acquisition. I can't act against them just yet. I'm sorry, Grandma.
The company comes first. Don't worry about me. I'm just upset that Clara had to suffer through these.
Don't worry. Once the acquisition is complete, I'll make sure we get justice for you.
Did you send Clara out on purpose just now? When are you going to tell her who you really are?
Grandma, there's no rush. I'm afraid if I tell her now, she'll be upset.
You're probably right. Clara's a good girl. You need to cherish her.
Why are you here? How is Madam?
Grandma is asleep. I've got something to give you. Clara, I've misunderstood you and kept pushing you away. From now on, I want to make things right.
Is this a BVL Gary ring? The limited edition one worth $4 million? Where did you get this? Did you sell a kidney? Did you do something illegal?
No, this is fake. It's just a knockoff. Only $3?
I knew it. There is no money for you. And you're wasting again. Don't forget our debt. And stop buying fake luxury goods to show off. I enjoy living a normal life.
Okay. I get it.
By the way, what did you say?
Attention. As you all know, Singo has been acquired by the Lopez Group. Now we need a top performer to learn in the Lopez Group. And Clara, you're the perfect candidate.
What? Me?
Well, Mr. Lopez is your husband. Clara, when you're there, make sure you put in a good word for Singo, okay?
How should I explain? That McKinley is just pretending? Sure.
I won't hold everyone up. Please carry on.
Clara, is that the $4 million BVL Gary limited ring? Wow, Mr. Lopez must really love you.
It's fake. Actually, my husband is an assistant. He only pretended to be Mr. Lopez last time to help me.
Pretended?
Keep your voice down. If the manager finds out, we're in trouble.
Your husband is really bold. Don't worry, Clara. I'll keep this secret. For you. But where did you get that ring? It looks so real. And I want one too.
No problem. I'll have him get one for you. It's only $3.
Thanks.
Mr. Lopez, here's the divorce agreement.
Divorce? When did I ask for a divorce agreement?
Didn't you personally call me, saying you wanted to divorce your wife because she's a gold digger?
Clara is not a gold digger. I misunderstood her. And from now on, I'll cherish her. She even transferred money to me.
Honey, how about another Bevelgari ring? I want to give it to Cherry.
Why are you still standing? Go buy it.
Yes.
Ms. James, please have a seat. Mr. Lopez will be here shortly.
Oh, okay. The Lopez Group really lives up to being a top company. Even the meeting rooms are so impressive.
Mr. Lopez, the top staff Singo sent over is waiting for you.
Right.
Mr. Hayden.
This is a problem. I didn't expect Singo to send Mrs. Lopez. What a coincidence. Mrs. Lopez? Oh, I mean Ms. James. Mr. Lopez had an urgent matter, so he sent me to greet you.
Who is that man?
Oh, nothing. You see it wrong.
I almost gave it away.
Here is the way. To the design department. I've arranged your onboarding paperwork. If you need anything, feel free to ask me.
Thank you, Mr. Hayden. By the way, where's McKinley?
He is in the top floor office. Mr. Lopez needs him, so he's quite busy.
Even in the same company, we won't see each other. I'll head in and get settled. Goodbye. Hello, everyone. I'm the new colleague, Clara James.
Clara?
What bad luck. Why do I keep running into her?
That's something I would say.
Clara, I just saw Mr. Hayden, personally escorting you. What's your connection? Or are you related to Mr. Lopez?
There is no chance for her to be associated with Mr. Lopez.
Always talking about high and low classes. Nova, it's been ages since the Middle Ages was over. Social hierarchies are ridiculous.
Wow, Clara, that ring is the BVL Gari limited edition worth $4 million, right?
Clara, your husband must be some sort of tycoon? Come on, just tell us. No need to keep it a secret.
A pauper like her, buying a BVL Gari ring? It must be fake. By the way, you probably don't know. She's the one who, at the wedding, couldn't come up with money and was dumped by my boyfriend. And her husband? Just an assistant.
Turns out she is a fraud with fake stuff. Can't afford to play the big shot? Shameless.
How did such a person end up in our company? Get out!
Clara, your husband wears a fake watch, and you have a fake ring. You two are a perfect match.
That's right, the ring is fake, but it's a gift from my husband. It represents his love. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Also, I'm assigned to here. If you have a problem, the only choice is to accept.
Clara, don't you get it? Just because you're poor, you deserve to be targeted by us. Life at Lopez Group won't be easy for you.
Nova, don't push it too far.
I need to submit these tomorrow, so you'll need to work overtime to get them done.
Why should I? Do your work.
Why? Because my dad is a key partner in Lopez Group's overseas business. With just one word from me, I can have you and your husband sent home.
Fine, I'll do it.
That's right. And by the way, has that old woman died yet? Should I send you a morning letter? Let's go.
Don't be upset, Clara. Bad people will get their comeuppance.
During lunch break, why is she still working instead of resting?
Mr. Decrea, Lopez?
Why did you be so quiet? Send out a notice. No overtime during lunch breaks. Employees should rest properly. Anyone who works overtime will be fined. Also, order lunch from the Aston Hotel and have it delivered to Clara's desk.
Yes. Mr. Lopez has really fallen for his wife. Now, a new policy has been announced. To boost productivity, employees are not allowed to work overtime during lunch breaks. Violators will be fined.
Is there really such a rule? And why does the voice sound so familiar? Oh well, I'll handle it this afternoon. What should I eat? Maybe instant noodles, to save money.
Ms. James?
Yes, that's me. Who are you?
Here's your takeout. Enjoy your meal.
I didn't order it. Hey, is there a mistake?
Nova, can't you see?
Apologize to Nova.
Hold on. For the sake of work, I can't fall out with them. I'm sorry.
Stop right there. Where did you get this takeout?
My husband ordered it for me. So what?
Really? Everyone knows that. Aston's clients are rich individuals. How could he afford it? The delivery fee
is even over $100. With your husband's salary of hundreds of dollars, he can't possibly cover it. Clara, did you steal this?
Only Mr. Lopez could afford something like this in the whole company. Oh my god, Clara, did you steal Mr. Lopez's takeout? It's truly embarrassing.
You're quick to blame me for everything. I'll say it again. I didn't steal anything. What are you doing? Give back the delivery.
Your husband really ordered it? Clara, I bet. You've never eaten anything this expensive before? Here's the deal. If you kneel on the ground and clean this up, I'll let you go. How does that sound?
Nova, don't go too far.
I'm just pushing you around. What can you do? You're just a pauper, so you deserve to be mistreated, like dirt under my feet. Anyway, no one cares if you and your husband are gone.
Daring to curse my husband? I'm done with this job. I'm going to teach you a lesson.
You dare hit me? Hold her down. So you're hitting me, huh? Let me tell you. If you don't kneel and clean this up, I'll make sure you and your husband and that useless old hag of yours suffer. Kneel down?
Stop it. Are you all right? Who gave you the guts to lay a hand on her?
Who do you think you are to be making such a fuss?
And what about me?
Mr. Hayden has been with Mr. Lopez for many years. I can't offend him. Mr. Hayden, she stole Mr. Lopez's takeout, and I'm just disciplining her.
It was me who ordered it.
Oh, really? With your salary of a few $1,000s, do you think you can afford it? The only person in the whole company who could is Mr. Lopez. You don't mean to say you're him?
I am.
Is that so, Mr. Lopez? Wow.
Are you crazy pretending to be Mr. Lopez? And besides, she knows who you are. You can't fool her.
What I meant was that I asked Mr. Lopez to order the takeout for me.
That's right. I was there and saw it all.
Did you hear that, Nova? I didn't steal the takeout.
You were sneaking around, so I thought you were a thief.
I was sneaking around.
Now, apologize to Clara.
I'm sorry, Clara.
Sorry, Clara.
You. Apologize. apologize.
What? You think you're in her league?
She's a top employee, selected by Mr. Lopez. Nova, apologize?
For Mr. Hayden's sake, Clara, I'll let you have this win. Sorry?
Huh? What? I didn't hear you.
Clara, don't push your luck. Sorry. Is that enough?
Wait,
What else do you want?
clean up this place.
Clean up? I'm not a janitor. Why should I clean? Yes.
Let's go, dear.
Okay.
Clara, I will settle this score. With you, eventually.
Why is my heart racing like this?
Does it still hurt?
No. It's a shame that Nova ruined that takeout. I was curious about the taste of meals that only cater to wealthy clients.
I'll take you to the Aston Hotel.
You think you're Mr. Lopez?
Clara, I am Mr. Lopez.
The hotel only caters to wealthy clients. With just the two of us, we probably can't enter? All right then. Let's just have instant noodles. They're tasty and cheap. If we save a bit, we should be able to save up to $50,000 to pay Mr. Sean.
Damn it. I need to find a way to cover this lie.
I'll go buy the noodles. What flavor do you want?
I'll go instead. You wait here, and I'll be right back.
I want the spicy.
I'll send you a QR code so the tech department can create a winning link for me. The prize amount, $200,000. I'm back!
Why did you take so long? I was starving.
The store was crowded. Hey, Clara! Look at this! There's a QR code. It's for a cash prize giveaway. Let's give it a try.
It's probably fake. If it's real, everyone will buy instant noodles. Besides, I've got terrible luck. I'm not going to win?
Come on. Just try it. It's not going to hurt.
You don't believe me? If we really win, I'll... Oh my god.
We won!
$200,000 received.
What? $200,000? No way. This can't be real. Honey, we won $200,000. You're my lucky star.
What did you call me just now?
Oh, sorry. If you don't like it.
I do like Clara. From now on, call me like that. Is that okay?
He's confessing his feelings to me. Honey? By the way, I'll transfer the money to you so you can pay Mr. Sean back.
No need for that. You won this yourself. I'll earn the money to repay him.
What are you talking about? We're a couple, a family. Besides, without your luck, I wouldn't have won such a big prize. Just accept it.
$70,000 received.
All right, let's go, honey. I'll take you out for a meal and buy you some designer suits. No one will dare to say you're wearing fakes.
Sounds good.
Let's go. I almost forgot I have to go to work. Okay, honey. We'll meet after work. Finally go off work. Hey, honey, look over here. This black suit looks great. And so does this blue one. Which one do you prefer?
I'll go with whatever you like.
Let's go with the black one.
Well?
Hello. How much is this suit?
$18,000.
That expensive?
Our store sells top luxury brands. A shirt costs tens of thousands of dollars, let alone a suit. If you can't afford it, just leave. Don't waste my time.
Oh, what a coincidence. Aren't these the poor couple? Aren't these the poor couple?
Ms. Bane, you're here. We've just received the new seasonal collection. Please take a look.
Clara, how dare you, who are poor loser, come to a place like this? What gave you the nerve?
Maybe her husband. Buddy, Clara is just a penniless, unlucky woman. She's nothing but a leftover. If you married her, you must be out of your mind. Huh?
Watch your mouth. Marrying Clara is the luckiest thing that's ever happened to me. Your lack of fortune is why you can't have her.
Honey? Come on. Stop pretending. Haven't you heard of the saying poverty brings sorry? I'm curious to see how you two will continue to be unlucky.
It's that poverty brings sorrow. If you're uneducated, don't make a fool of yourself. You're just making people laugh.
You.
Ms. Bane, please don't get angry. Don't waste your time with these two. Can you afford it? You're touching our clothes and dirtying them. Can you pay for that?
Who says we can't afford it? I'll take this suit. Here is my card. Here is my card.
Clara, what are you pretending to be? You're the kind of person who haggles over a bargain on discounter. Do you really think you can afford such a suit?
Whether we can afford it or not, we'll find out. And by the way, there's a difference between Rascal and my honey. Rascal gets cheap clothes. My honey deserves luxury and affection. I love my honey.
You filthy woman, you're asking for trouble.
Come on.
How did this woman suddenly have so much money? Can she really afford a suit that costs tens of thousands of dollars?
Aren't you going to swipe it? Don't refuse money if it's offered to you.
Hold on. Don't sell to her. Selling to her lowers the status of your brand.
Ms. Bane is a VIP client. We can't afford to offend her.
What are you doing?
Didn't you hear that? People like you from the bottom of society don't have the right to buy. We only provide them to esteemed clients like Ms. Bane. Get out of here before you taint our store with your stench of poverty.
Clara, easy. Service should be equal for every customer. I didn't expect that Lopez Mall would have people like you who look down on others. Aren't you afraid I'll file a complaint?
Respect and equality are reserved for the wealthy and the high class. People like you don't deserve any respect. What a joke.
Fine, you'll hear from me. I will definitely file a complaint.
Who wants to file it? Ms. Bane, the Lopez Mall, where our store is located, which has shares owned by her. We mustn't offend you.
I almost forgot. To reward the Bane family for helping with the overseas project, I gave Lester 5% of the mall's shares.
If bumpkins like that can buy your brand, maybe there's no reason for you to stay here. I'll have my dad kick you out.
The Bane family only has 5% of the shares in Lopez Mall, and you're acting so mighty.
How dare you speak to Ms. Bane like that? Ms. Bane, don't worry. I'll have these 2 eyesores thrown out immediately. 2 lower-class people disrupted our most esteemed guests. Get out now.
If we don't leave?
Since you're not ashamed, I'll have the mall security drag you out. Guards.
Clara, since Mr. Hayden is not here, no one can help you today.
To know yourself is true progress. Clara, people as inferior as you two should stay where you belong. Do not come to ritzy places like this, for you'll only embarrass yourselves.
You poor people should stay in the gutter and die there. You'll only make this place smell.
Drive them out.
How dare you? You're supposed to leave, not us. Your brand shouldn't even exist here in Lopez Mall. Remove Champs-Élysées out of Lopez Mall and put it on the blacklist forever. Go pack your stuff. Someone will take care of it later.
Stop acting here. You're just an assistant, not the boss. You thought by only a call, someone from the headquarters would come and help you?
Clara, is your husband out of his mind? Take him to see a doctor quickly. This is not a place where you can play devil.
Turns out he is crazy. What are you waiting for? Drive them out.
Mr. Lewis.
Oh, hi.
Who's causing a scene here?
Sorry to disturb you, Mr. Davis. I'll kick these two troublemakers out right away.
Mr. Lopez?
Are you mistaken? Mr. Davis, they're just two crazy troublemakers.
Shut up. You have eyes but fail to see. Lopez Mall can't bear to let you. Losers stay here. You guys gotta move out of the mall within an hour.
Why, Mr. Davis?
Because you offended Mr. Lopez. Mr. Lopez.
How many times have you disguised yourself as Mr. Lopez? Why do they all think you're Mr. Lopez?
Silly. I'm Mr. Lopez in the flesh.
Mr. Lopez? You must be mistaken. He's just an assistant. How can he be Mr. Lopez?
Do you hear that, Mr. Davis? Don't get me wrong. I'm just his assistant.
Seemingly, Mr. Lopez doesn't want to expose his real identity.
It's just a misunderstanding. He's not Mr. Lopez. We don't have to leave, right?
The headquarters has asked you to leave. About that, I can't change it anyway.
Is Mr. Lopez helping him? He seems to think highly of his assistant.
Miss Bane, you asked us to kick them out. We've already done as you asked. You can't stand by.
Right, Ms. Bane. Your family holds shares of the mall, right? Please help us.
Nova, you acted so aggressively just now, didn't you? Help them out quickly.
Please, Ms. Bane.
Our shares mean nothing to the mall. I'm unable to help them at all. Let me go. Who the hell do you think you are to ask for my help? So what if your store is removed? Darling, let's go.
I'll make you suffer next time.
Ms. Bane, you can't...
Let's wait and see.
Clara, let's go too. The mall will punish them anyway.
Mr. Lopez? Oh no, McKinley, no worries.
Let's go then.
See you. Will you move out yourselves, or do you need my hand?
Mr. Davis, please tell us who we offended on Earth. Why does you have to make us leave?
Loser the man is Mr. Lopez in the flesh. You offended him. Not only your brand, but also you two can't stay in Lock City ever after.
Cheers. Today, those two snobs got so embarrassed they had it coming. Honey.
Yes.
With only a call, you can get the store kicked out of the mall. Are you that powerful?
Oh yeah.
Are you keeping any secret from me?
No way. I just faked to make the phone call. The shop assistants there are so arrogant. They must have offended so many customers. It's just a coincidence. Honey, the kebab tastes so good. Taste it. Yummy, right? Cheers.
Cheers. Bottom up.
Clara, you can drink no more. You're wasted. Excuse me. Check.
I'm not wasted, but happy today.
Here's your bill. $15 altogether.
$150,000 has been transferred.
Oh my God, so rich a man.
What? Where did you get so much money?
You're so wasted. You heard it wrong. Let's go back.
Is that so?
Yes, so wasted.
Really?
Hold on, the money.
Sir, you can keep it.
I didn't see wrong. This is 6 figures. Am I drunk or something?
Go to see a client with me.
What client? No one has informed me that I need to work out.
So I'm informing you now. Hurry up. It's a very important client to our company. If the project is delayed because of you, can you take the blame?
Fine, I'll go with you now.
Mr. Fox, this is our new employee, Clara James.
Well, Miss James, you look so pretty, and nice to meet you.
Show some respect. Greet Mr. Fox and shake his hands.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Fox.
Wow, your hand feels so soft. I wonder to know if the other parts feel the same.
Mr. Fox, behave yourself. I need to use the washroom.
Alas, I like her, but she has a bad temper.
With this pill, she'll do whatever you ask. Mr. Fox, we've prepared a big surprise. About the contract.
Well, no problem. I'm very happy with her. I'll sign it now.
Clara, you gotta be the stepping stone to my promotion. After all, you're already a whore. Mr. Fox, I'm really looking forward to working with you.
Okay. Me too.
What are you waiting for? Raise your cup.
Mr. Fox, cheers. Can I leave now? What's happening? The coffee?
Haha!
The number you dialed is powered off.
It's so late. Is Clara still at work? Her phone is powered off. Go find out if Clara is still in the company.
Mr. Lopez, the monitors showed, Clara and Nova went out in the afternoon and didn't come back.
To find out where she is now.
Hey, sweetie, you finally woke up. Haha, now, it's time for some fun. It's time for fun.
Stay away from me.
Bitch, you're pushing your luck. Today, you have to be mine.
Let me go.
Bitch, how dare you kick me? Stop there. Today, no one can help you out. Haha. Stay where you belong. Ouch.
Fuck.
Honey, finally you come to save me.
You're fine now.
Damn, who the hell are you to hit me? Mr. Lopez. Mr. Lopez.
Mr. Lopez, how do you deal with the jerk?
Ouch. Geez, Mr. Lopez, I have no idea. She is your wife, or I would never dare to offend her.
Fuck off.
Ouch.
He gotta pay for what he has done.
Mr. Lopez, please spare me. Mr. Lopez, I'm really sorry. Mr. Lopez, please don't. Mr. Lopez.
I feel so uncomfortable.
Clara, how do you feel now? I'll go get you a doctor. Clara, please calm down. I'll go get you a doctor.
McKinley, can you do it or not? I feel so uncomfortable now. Do you want me to find another man?
No way. Whether I can do it or not, you'll know soon. Nova, you won't beat the rap this time?
By taking advantage of Clara, you can get promoted. You're so smart. Babe.
She's already a bitch after all. I'm thinking good for her. Why are you at my home? How did you get in?
From the door, of course.
What? You want to seek justice for your wife?
You're just an assistant. What can you do with me? You only have 10 seconds to get out of my home. Or you can't stay any longer here in Lock City.
Shut up. You're so impudent. Shut your mouth.
Dad.
Mr. Lopez, I'm sorry that my daughter offended you and your wife. But since the Bane family got the overseas project for the Lopez Group, please show some mercy to our Bane family and my daughter. I promise I'll discipline her well.
Mr. Lopez?
Dad, who is he? Mr. Lopez.
Mr. Lopez.
Mr. Lopez, I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have done that. Please spare me. Dad, say something nice for me.
I've given you so many chances, but I can't forgive. You dared to hurt Clara.
Mr. Lopez,
Lester, choose one between the Bane family and your daughter.
Dad.
If you choose your daughter, the Bane family will no longer exist in Lock City.
Dad.
You bitch! Why did you offend Mr. Lopez's wife? From now on, you'll no longer be my daughter. Mr. Lopez, you can punish her as you like.
Fine. Send Nova abroad. I'd like her to pay more price for what Clara has suffered.
Dad, I don't want to die. Please save me.
I've long told you to keep low key. You had it coming today. Fuck off.
Dad.
Guards, take her away.
Mr. Lopez, I have nothing to do with it. It's all Nova's fault. That bitch set Clara up. I know nothing.
Shut up. You don't even have the right to call Clara's name. If you dare to show up before Clara again, you'll have the same ending as Nova.
I promise. I will never show up before you and your wife again.
Hey, have you heard Nova was fired? She seemed to offend Mr. Lopez.
No way. I've heard she offended Mrs. Lopez. Mrs. Lopez was almost insulted by Mr. Fox, the scumbag.
Really?
Yeah.
Mrs. Lopez? But I was the insulted one.
Clara, you went to meet Mr. Fox with Nova that day. Tell us what Mrs. Lopez looks like.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea either. The manager is coming here. Let's get back to work then. But why did Mr. Lopez help me?
Honey, come on. A sushi for you.
Babe. Nova has been fired. It seems to relate to the insult of Mr. Fox. What happened?
I was so angry that I complained to Mr. Lopez. After he heard it, he felt sorry for you and sought justice for us.
Babe, you're the best. Come on. Sushi for my baby.
Thanks. So good.
My colleagues said Mr. Lopez did it for his wife. Funny, right? I have no idea how somehow I became Mrs. Lopez.
Silly, you're my wife.
McKinley, I'm back. McKinley, I'm back.
Babe, why did I hear someone call your name?
Clara, there's rice on your face. I'll take you to the restroom to wipe it.
Can wipe it here.
A tissue won't work. Let's go.
Sorry, Miss Liam.
Why did McKinley ignore me? And who is the woman?
Miss Liam, Mr. Lopez is married. Before you went abroad, your engagement was canceled. Please don't disturb Mr. Lopez again.
McKinley, you can never get rid of me. Hello, Madam Lopez. Yes, this is Haley. Madam Lopez, I've brought you this vase from abroad.
Thank you, Haley. But McKinley is married. About your engagement.
Madam Lopez, no worries. I'm not back for our engagement, but for something else.
Oh, that would be nice. Go ahead. I'll try my best to help you.
Madam Lopez, I'd like to work in the Lopez Group.
No problem. I'll help you with it.
Thank you, McKinley. Only I am eligible to be your wife.
Hey, have you heard that? A new vice president will come, and her husband seems to come from a rich family.
Will she be Mrs. Lopez?
You may have heard about it. Yes, I'm the new vice president, Haley Liam. Mr. Lopez is my fiancé.
Greetings, Ms. Liam.
And you're Clara James?
Yeah. What are you doing? Did I do anything wrong?
You dare to seduce my fiancé?
Clara is married, isn't she?
I didn't expect her to be so loose.
Ms. Liam, you misunderstood. My husband is an assistant, but I don't know Mr. Lopez.
Stop acting. I've seen so many shameless women like you who don't. Work hard, but try every means to seduce their bosses. Do you really think you can marry into the purple by doing that?
I don't know Mr. Lopez. Hold on. Babe. Babe? See, Ms. Liam, that's my husband.
McKinley.
Mr. Lopez, she's looking for you.
I'm not. Alas, Mr. Lopez. Please give Ms. Liam a good explanation.
I haven't made myself clear.
Do not interfere with Mr. Lopez's affairs. Let's go.
Mr. Lopez, violence is not good.
Let me go.
Mr. Hayden, nothing. You're free to go now. Ms. Liam, Mr. Lopez won't marry you. Please don't pester him anymore.
I'll make him marry me at any cost. Get lost.
Babe, I want to eat that.
Okay, no problem. Babe, it is your favorite chips. I'll buy you some.
Okay.
Oh, you again?
Mr. Lopez, I didn't expect you to eat junk food for the woman.
What do you want?
I want you to marry me.
Impossible. Clara and I are married.
She is cheap and inferior. What's so good about her?
Everything. Most importantly, I love her.
McKinley, Clara doesn't know your real identity, right? At 8 p.m. tomorrow, you need to come to my party, or I'll tell Clara your real identity.
Whatever. I'm gonna tell her everything.
Hold on. I want nothing else. I just want to officially cancel our engagement in front of our relatives and friends at my birthday party to make us clear.
Fine. and I hope that will be our last meeting.
McKinley, I'll never let you go.
When will you come back? I'm ready for cooking now.
Sorry, Clara, I have a meeting to attend, so I won't come home for dinner. No need to cook for me?
Fine, take care then.
Yes, I will. No worries.
He won't come home for dinner. I don't want to cook suddenly. The manager? Why is he calling me? Hello?
Clara, are you free this afternoon? I gotta ask you for a favor.
I'm sorry, but I don't do a part-time job now. Maybe you can find someone else.
Clara, I really have no one to ask for help this afternoon. I used to be nice to you, right? Please give me a hand.
Fine. Send me the address then.
Okay, I'll send it to you now. Ms. Liam, I've done as you asked. Can I leave now?
McKinley, when Clara finds out about your real identity tonight, will she still be by your side?
Haley, will Mr. Lopez come here tonight?
Yes. McKinley has never attended such an occasion?
He has to come, or we can't see the show.
Aston Hotel. Here it is. Excuse me, here's the wine you ordered. Ms. Liam?
Oh, Clara, you're doing a part-time job. Geez, what smells so bad?
A foul smell. It's coming from her, so stinky.
Hey, didn't you take a shower? You smell? If you contaminate the wine, how can we drink it?
The wine's been delivered anyway.
Stop. I didn't ask you to leave. Watch your attitude or I'll file a complaint.
If she files a complaint, the manager may lose his job. What else do you want?
Open all the wine.
It's done. Can I leave now? What are you doing?
Want to run away?
Thanks to Haley, you can have a taste of the wine.
You smell so bad. Wash away your smell then.
Enough.
Bitch, how dare you push me? You!
Will she die, Haley?
No way. Hide her behind the stage? Clara, the show is about to begin. Listen carefully. I've got a big surprise for you. Thank you all for attending my birthday party. Tonight, I'd like to make a big announcement. First, welcome my fiancé, McKinley, the richest man in Lock City, and also the CEO of Lopez Group, to the stage.
McKinley? McKinley is the CEO?
Next week, McKinley and I will get engaged.
What nonsense.
Watch out!
Clara. What are you doing here? What happened?
McKinley. You're lying to me all the time. You're not an assistant at all.
Clara, I can explain it to you.
I thought you were broke and thought about paying your debts. Is it fun to play with my feelings?
Clara, don't you understand? McKinley is just using you to kill the time. Of course you don't know his real identity.
Shut up. Clara, it's not like that. Our engagement was canceled a long time ago. I come here today for you.
You are rich, but you keep it a secret from me. In your eyes, I'm always a gold digger, right? You never trust me. McKinley, let's divorce.
Stop there, Clara. If you're upright enough, give back all the jewelry and clothes McKinley sent you. The ring on your finger is a valuable one. You can't afford it yourself.
Shut up.
McKinley, you said it was cheap, but you lied to me. Take it.
Clara.
You sent me the shoes as my birthday gift. Take them back. You sent this coat to me as well. Take them all back. McKinley, don't act affectionate anymore. I don't want anything from you.
McKinley, even if you go after her, she won't forgive you. Plus, you're out of her league. It's good for her to leave?
Haley, even if Clara doesn't forgive me forever, I won't marry you. Here I, McKinley, announce the cancellation of our engagement. I won't marry Haley my whole life.
McKinley.
Babe, where are you going?
I'm not your wife, Mr. Lopez. Behave yourself. Here's the divorce agreement. Sign it?
I won't sign it. I'll never divorce you. And won't let you go.
McKinley, do you want to imprison me? This is a world ruled by laws. What if I call the police?
Whatever. But I won't let you go anyway. If you have to, leave today. Then hit me.
Fine, let's see.
Hello, Grandma.
What's up, McKinley?
Clara doesn't want me.
I've told you to. Be honest with Clara. Now she doesn't want you. You had it coming.
Grandma, are you helping me or not?
Clara, McKinley was wrong to lie to you, but his feelings for you are true. Can you give him a chance to explain, please?
Okay. Why did you act poor and lie to me?
Clara, I misunderstood you. As a gold digger before. That was why I kept my identity a secret. But later, I realized it was me, who was so petty. I wanted to tell you the truth, but I was afraid you would leave me. Clara, I really love you and I can't lose you.
You're rich, but I'm just a nobody. There's a gap between us.
If a couple is meant to separate, it has nothing to do with identity. Clara, can we start all over again?
Now that you're so sincere, I'll accept your apology.
Thank you, babe.
Hold on. You have no more secrets, do you?
Absolutely not. And I won't do it again.
Okay.
Excellent. And I'm sorry, too. If I hadn't allowed Haley to work in Lopez Group, she wouldn't have brought so much trouble to you.
You didn't know her evil intentions. It's not your fault.
Haley is no longer the vice president. Thanks to you, she can beat the rap this time. But if she dares to play the devil again, she'll suffer.
Look at you, so glowing.
Clara and I will hold a wedding next week. Don't forget to give my wife lucky money.
No problem. McKinley. Actually, someone wants to see you today.
Who is it?
Come in, Haley.
Walt, why did you do that?
McKinley, we grew up together. Since you and Clara are fine now, forgive Haley, okay?
McKinley, I thought you didn't love Clara, so I wanted to win you back. But at the party, I knew your heart. I really wish you two a happy life. And I don't want to lose you, my friend. Can you forgive me?
We can't be friends anymore. And don't show up before me and Clara again.
McKinley? Do you love the bitch that much? Okay, no problem.
Come on. Bottom up. Let bygones be bygones. Cheers. McKinley. Why do I feel so dizzy?
Haley, you dare to drug the wine.
You... McKinley, you can never get rid of me.
Babe, I feel so hot, so hot. Clara, it's you?
Yes, McKinley.
McKinley!
Alas, we're still outside the room. It's not good to touch me here. Clara won't. Forgive McKinley for sure.
McKinley, pull yourself together. I'm your wife.
You trust him?
You're just too stupid to fool me.
You...
Babe, what are we doing here? I feel so hot.
I'll take you to the hospital.
No hospital. You're my wife.
Hey. Hey. Geez, I've created a chance for you two, huh? Open the door. McKinley.
Babe. Thanks for your trust.
I'm not so silly as you to be tricked by Haley. Oh right. What are you gonna do with Haley?
I've asked Brian to send her abroad. She'll never be able to come back again. Forget it. It's still early for us.